I want to jump right in because we are getting some notes via the Associated Press for that closed briefing that the president had, that teleconference with leaders across the country, governors. And one of the things that we're learning behind the scenes is that the president reportedly is being urged to make some kind of an address to the nation. And this has been a drumbeat because we've been hearing it really since Friday. What is the latest on that you've learned?
Well, I think there's a hesitance inside the White House. There is a determination whether he's going to do it or not. You heard the press secretary earlier today saying speaking doesn't stop Antifa. Those were her words. And I think that there is a call that that even some of his allies want him to step out beyond Twitter and beyond this phone call where he kind of went after governors for being weak in the face of what they're seeing in rioting and looting. Harris, I think there's maybe some skittishness on the behalf of White House aides after the last Oval Office address, March 11th, at the beginning of the coronavirus pandemic and what was happening. The fallout from that speech did not go well. But this is a different moment. And this is America in crisis. And likely you're going to hear from this president.
You know, politics always being what they are, there is always a political opposite side to things, and that's certainly playing out today. Joe Biden is going after the president today while he was meeting with black leaders at a Delaware church. Let's watch some of that.
The Band-Aid has been ripped off by this pandemic and this president. Nobody can pretend any longer what this is all about. Nobody can pretend who has been carrying this on their back. It's been minorities, it's been blacks, it's been Hispanics.
Bret, I know that this has only been a short period of time when you look at the entire history of the world, if you will, in terms of this pandemic. But it certainly seemed that things were starting to change, with things reopening right before the situation with George Floyd. And how heartbreaking is it what happened to him? And how heartbreaking is it what's happening to all of us now as we can't seem to come together? You saw the governor of Minnesota just moments ago saying that they're going to go on with schedule. It's June 1st. It's 85 degrees in Minneapolis. And having lived there, that is rare to get that kind of weather. And we pray that it lasts for a little while there and that they warm up and that they can open those restaurants with outdoor venues. But what does the president need to say? On one flank, he's got Joe Biden coming out now. Joe Biden is out. He's out of the basement. He's talking. On the other, we have got to come together as a nation.
It's complex. It's nuanced. And it is... Clearly, there are angers and frustrations about what happened. Really heinous, that image of George Floyd and the police officer, and the image that just sits in people's minds. Those peaceful protesters are making a statement. However, they're being co-opted by rioters and looters and different groups. It could be Antifa, other groups, but it's chaos in a number of these cities. There are more National Guardsmen called up now than they have since Hurricane Katrina. And there probably will be more with this special unit from the Bureau of Prisons, a special operations response team in Miami and D.C. I mean, expect tonight to be a big moment as far as standing up to some of those rioters. But there is this hunger for unity. It's hard to believe we've been through two crises in just as many weeks.